All right, everyone. Let's see here. Let's make sure our we can hear ourselves and all that stuff. So give me a second here. Make sure I can hear myself. All right, everything sounds good. Everything looks good. Let's see here. All right. How's everyone doing today? It's Monday. Hopefully you guys, it wasn't too tough getting back to work. You know, Mondays are always the tough days. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter, Dark Optimus, where I post all my gaming shenanigans. Yeah, we didn't have a show on. Well, we didn't have a stream on Saturday. Because I was trying to finish up Final Fantasy 16, so so sorry to anybody who was looking forward to a stream on Saturday, but I was trying to get that done, and that was fun. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's get into the game. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Everybody had a good weekend, had some fun, either gaming or going out and hanging out with friends or whatever you were doing. Hopefully you guys had fun doing it. Let's see. So we need to get to over here. But yeah, I had fun playing Final Fantasy 16. With all the gripes that I had for the game, not, the elemental stuff, not, really correlating with, like fire is like the whole fire is what do you call it? what do they call that? Gosh, I forgot what they call it. But you know, water beats fire, basically. You know, like Pokemon. You know, kind of thing. And they didn't have that in this one. At least I didn't notice it. So that was a little bit of a mishap there. It kind of sucked, but you know, I got through the game. I personally thought it was a good game. Definitely thought it had its problems. You know, at the beginning with the especially the frame rate and the I had problems with the frame rate and the motion blur in the game. So that was kind of a just a little bit of a mishap there with that game, but overall the game was really good and fun to play. And you know,
unguarded. Bad sign.
Even though I had, you know, even some of my gripes with like the story and how
bizarre it is to hear from you. Your charming apprentice arrived just this morning with equally disturbing news, but he made no mention of you. Am I to assume you did not send him? Please, join us at Orbe as soon as you are able.
Interesting. I had problems with the pacing a little bit. Like it would, you know, it would be really epic at moments, and then it would really slow down at moments, and that kind of, you know, bothered me in a way. Because I mean, each boss battle was pretty epic, to be honest. Like each one had its, you know, especially even like the last boss battle. My gosh, that was awesome. But it definitely had its issues, you know, and I had to kind of point that out a little bit. You know, with my score of a 9, you know, just because I gave it a 9 doesn't mean it's like a perfect game or anything, you know. A 9 is actually pretty high for me, considering like a lot of times I'm just kind of like, you know, not really like, oh, I absolutely love this game. You know, I loved it, but there was moments where I was just like, okay, this is dragging. And but the ending was so worth it that once you got to the end of the game, it was all like, okay, well, that was all worth it. All the heartache and the pain and stuff that you have to go through in order to get to that part, it was worth it for sure. But will I play it again? I mean, yes, because I'm going to be doing it on stream, but would it be a game that I would play like by myself again, not on stream, just going through it? No, probably not. Honestly, I probably wouldn't. And that doesn't mean that it's a bad game, because it's not. It just means that I didn't like it as much as the past Final Fantasy games. Like, there's Final Fantasy games.
The Horodrim Elias and I are not to be disturbed for the remainder of our meeting, except by the arrival of Lorath Na. Should he appear, escort him to the sacristy at once.
Yeah, I had it where, you know, there's certain Final Fantasy games where I'm like, I prefer, you know. So it's not like it's my favorite in the franchise by any means. It's definitely not. It's still a good game though. Doesn't detract from it not being a good game, because it is a good game. But yeah, it definitely had me have issues with it. And I do wish that it did have more RPG elements than than it did. Because the first one had, I mean, the past ones had, really, really in-depth, type of RPG elements to them. I think 10 was kind of the more linear one, though. But 12, which is my favorite, had a lot of, elements like that to it. So it was definitely, worth a playthrough. I will give it that. Like if you're wanting to play it. Okay, so we got to find the dead key in order to open that. But it was the story just, I mean, in the end there was some pretty good side quests, but they were very inconsistent. At some moments they would be really good, and then at other moments it would just be like just kind of like an we're getting through it kind of thing, and it was just like so there were those moments where I was just like, oh my gosh, I just wanted to end. And I still give it a 9. And it's really only because of that ending was so good. It really was. They did such a good job with that ending that it definitely definitely outweighed the cons that I had for the game, for sure. And hopefully, when the time comes and we do stream it on this channel, people watch it and enjoy it, and because I know there's a lot of Xbox centric fans that don't have a PlayStation that like watching some of my streams or whatever. It's not very many, but yeah, there's guys who like watching the stream, and I'm excited to see what they think of the game. It's gonna be interesting. Hold your horses, jeez. Ah, phantoms. But it was a fun experience, I will say that. And yeah, sorry if anybody was looking forward to a stream on Saturday, but I just wanted to finish that up. To be honest, honestly, I wanted to just finish it up so that I can move on to something else. Like I wasn't expecting the ending to be that good, and it was that good. But yeah, to get to that ending, it was a little bit of a slog, just a little bit.
We're under attack!
And I know a lot of people think that it's probably just like a one-button press type of game, and it's not. It's really not. If you actually play the game, you know that it's not, because it's definitely got it's got some depth to the combat. I don't think it's anywhere near what Devil May Cry has done. I don't think it's anywhere near what other Final Fantasy games have done, but it is a good game.
The great beast Tathamet was struck down, and its blackened husk sank below the abyss. There it smoldered and festered, and from the ruin of its 7 heads were born 7 great evils, 3 primes and 4 lessers, enemies of all creation.
Interesting.
Wait.
That stomp might be pretty good. We haven't even used it yet, have we? Okay. But yeah, it was a fun game. I mean, when you were in combat in that game, it was fun. It's when you weren't in combat, that's when it was just like it kind of became sluggish. Like with some of the enemies, I'm like, should we even care about this enemy? And then like turns out no, you don't really need to. Like there's only really one true enemy that you need to worry about and stuff. So it was just kind of like, it just felt kind of overdone in a way. And I know there's going to be people who are going to agree with me on that. But that's just how I feel about the game. If you're interested in it, definitely go play it. It's fun. I think you will have some fun time with it. But yeah, I think that there is some moments where it needed that, not necessarily polished, because it's a polished game for sure. It's just story moments needed more oomph to them, you know? So it was just kind of, it kind of was lackluster in that department. All the way up until, I would say, the beginning of the game pulls you in, right? It pulls you in, and then you get to this certain part in the game, and you're just like,
not a Ratram, not a man, a devil.
You just get to that certain part in the game where you're just like, whew, this is becoming sluggish, and then it picks up again, and then it slows down again, and then it picks up again, and then it slows down again. So it was definitely a roller coaster of a game, which I don't mind, but at the same time, I don't prefer that, right? Like, that's not the kind of game I prefer playing. I also don't prefer a game that's on a high note every single time, either, though, you know? So I was a little bit, you know, more like, whew, in the story. Like, there was just moments where I was just like, I don't really care about this character. You know, like there were certain characters that was just like, eh. Like, I cared about Jill, I cared about what happened to Clive and Joshua and stuff, and you know, the whole, you know, kind of story wise was going on, you know, certain things, but like certain characters, I was just like, I don't even like Clive's mother, I didn't give a crap about. Like, it's just like, okay, you know. It was very much of a Game of Thrones type of script going on, but there were moments where I was just like, man, Game of Thrones is so much better. At times, I was just like, Game of Thrones is better. Now, granted, the ending of the game is better than what happened in Game of Thrones. That's for sure. I will say that, because that show, I don't know what they were doing with that ending. I don't know. I mean, I understand that they had to end it somehow, but yeah, it felt rushed. Let's just say that. It felt rushed, that ending of Game of Thrones. But luckily, the Final Fantasy 16 it didn't feel rushed. It felt like, man, I want to get to the ending.
Why did you let him in?
Commissioned during the time of troubles, the Orbe Archive once served to codify heresies for the Inquisition. Since then, The archive has expanded to the study of all evils, restricted to only the most devout scholars of Zakarum. Critics rightly fear the dangers of our scholarship, but ignorance of evil offers little protection from it. Our insights have proven invaluable to paladins, Horadrim, and angels alike in the fight against the darkness. Critics rightly fear the dangers of our scholarship.
Okay, well, we've already gone through that. I don't know why they give you. I don't know why they give you two of them. I did that in my first playthrough too. I was just like, why give me two of these things? First off, we're gonna go back over here. I want to see what's over here. I want to see if there's like any treasures or anything. But yeah, there's a couple other things I want to talk about tonight before we end the stream and stuff. But we'll get into those in a little bit. I just want to get through this story stuff,
Diablo, open the door. And the pale devil smiled. He took the forbidden knowledge.
Shh, it's all right. I've cleared the way out. Can you walk?
There is no way out. What knowledge remains must never leave. Unto evening I shall keep it safe, and into the night hereafter. We must protect the archive.
Okay. That guy died.
Just wait.
Yeah, that stomp might come in handy with the whole like stunning them basically. That's cool. Last week was a crazy week, man. I started watching some videos, and all of a sudden I came across the video by, shout out to him, Dark 1985, good YouTuber. If you guys ever, if you don't know who he is, go check him out. He's really good. He was talking about Xbox gamers getting paid, and I was just like, what? I was all like, what's going on? And apparently there was somebody going around saying that, Xbox gamers get paid to rep Xbox and stuff like that. And I was just like,
I'm not ready yet.
I mean, all the ones that I know of don't. And I hang out with most of those guys, so most of those guys that I know of, they don't get paid to do what they do, I mean, no one's ever gonna say that somebody gets paid by PlayStation to rep PlayStation, because PlayStation ain't gonna do that. So, it's easy for people to just be like, oh yeah, well, you're getting paid by Xbox to rep Xbox. And it's just like, okay, man. Whatever you say, man. I just thought that was a little weird. And I was all like watching the video, and I was just like, he came up with something called How to Trick a Pony. which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Like, like, that's funny. Because I will admit, some of these guys out here are just, it boggles my mind as to how they survived in this world so long. To be honest, like, some of these dudes that are on the PlayStation side, I'm like, bro, how did you survive this long in the world? Like, you are a weird one. Let's just say that, and I was just like, I just thought it was hilarious that you even remotely have to make a video like that. Like, what does that tell you when you have to make a video about that kind of stuff? You know, it tells you that there's no common sense. They just want to come up with something to distract from whatever is going on in their day-to-day life or whatever. And but it's funny because a lot of people just took it like as if like it was funny to them, you know. They were just like, okay, yeah, yep, I'm getting paid by Microsoft to rep Xbox, like like no one does that, you know. No company's gonna do that unless, you know, they're, you know, in a commercial or something like that. Then yeah, that's a different story. But for the most part, no one's really, you know, I mean, yeah, does Xbox sometimes give people free stuff? Absolutely. I mean, you know, that happens. I wish PlayStation would do it, to be honest. Like, to be completely honest with you, I would love it if PlayStation did that, but they're not going to do that. You know, they figured, oh, you can buy it, you know? That's how they are. So, you know, it was just funny to hear that people are getting paid by Microsoft to rep Xbox. It was just like, wow, okay. This is what we resorted to.
I'm low on fury.
Like, this is PlayStation. This is what the PlayStation community. This is what we resorted to. Trying to say that these guys are getting paid by Microsoft. That's why they love Xbox so much. I understand why people like Xbox. I get it. Because there's certain games that they like from Xbox. Halo, Forza, Gears, things like that. I get that. That's why they rep Xbox, and that's why they love Xbox. Some of them rep Xbox because they got shafted by PlayStation. You know? And when you get shafted by a company, you're more than likely to be like, you know what, I'm going to go with the company's competitor. I just thought it was funny watching that video, and I was just like, I couldn't help but laugh. It was just so funny. I was just like, my gosh, man, I can't believe somebody actually. And and the crazy thing is that there's people out there that actually believe it. That's the crazy thing. That's what makes it crazy, is that people actually believe it. Wild, man. It's wild. Okay. So it looks like we're gonna have to maybe do a puzzle. I don't think it's a puzzle. I don't remember, but I don't think it was. I think we just need to read these. And I don't have anything, you know, against the PlayStation community or anything. You know, it's just I just think it's a little weird.
From morning, my eyes were opened, and I saw the coming darkness. Through the day, I have prepared to accept the burden of knowledge. Until evening, I shall keep it safe, and into the night hereafter.
Yeah, I just thought it was a little weird that they were so adamant that Xbox gamers got paid.
No, I deserve to burn with the rest of it.
Where is Elias?
Gone. He said the ruin of Sanctuary was imminent, and only I could help. He is going to summon a lesser evil. He took all he needed, and then My scholars. He murdered them. He... My friends, forgive me.
Don't have enough. You're not ready yet.
But yeah, that was crazy. I was just like, okay, now we're getting into crazy zone. Now we're getting into. I was all like, are people that bored right now? Like with gaming? Is that what it is? Is that these people are bored with gaming? That's why they have to come up with certain things like this. I'm just like, wow, man. And we've had such a great year of gaming too. Like such a great year. That it's just crazy to think that people are bored right now. Like that's what it feels like. It's either that or they just don't actually game. They're not actual gamers. They just want to talk like they are because their friends do or whatever. But they're not real gamers. They're not ones who are out there playing the games, finishing them, playing them. You know, at least me, I'm playing this stuff on stream, I'm doing all this, I'm doing that, you know. Like I post, you know, when I finish a game usually. Now every once in a while I might forget to post something for a certain game or whatever, but for the most part I post, you know, like, hey, I finished this game, you know. Here's kind of what I thought about it. And for the most part, you know, this year especially, it's been fantastic. I haven't had any issues with any of the games that I played. I mean, not issue. I don't mean like I didn't have any issues. I mean, I just didn't have like significant enough issues to be like, oh, this is a bad year in gaming, you know? Because it's definitely not, and it's continuing to be not that. It might even go down in history as being the best year in gaming ever. I mean, it might just beat out 2007, you know? It definitely is beating out 2017 already. I can tell you that.
The whole of human knowledge shall be shared among the children of Lilith, and no secret shall be kept from them, and the liars and learned thieves of the world shall perish in their regret.
Interesting. But the way I see it is no one at all should be like, this has been a bad year of gaming. No one at all should be like, I don't have anything to play. No one. Right now, I'm kind of in a downtime because I just finished Final Fantasy 16, but I'm going back and I'm playing something old. Something that, well, actually, I'm playing Final Fantasy 10. Final Fantasy 16 was good, but I was all like, you know what? It makes me want to play Final Fantasy 10 again. I don't know why. It just did. And then I might go, and then I'm gonna probably go into Valkyria Chronicles, if I have time, and then I might go into I also might go into... Might be a good chess piece. Then I'll probably go into... let's see, comparing... Yeah, we're definitely going to put that on. And we're also going to put that on too. We'll put that on. But we've had such a great year. It's just like, it's hard for me to believe that people are, you know, being like, I don't have anything else to play, you know. And then right now, as I've said, I'm going through Final Fantasy 16. I mean, Final Fantasy 10 again. Just I hadn't played that game since it first came out, so I'm like, you know, I kind of want to play it again. Playing it, loving it, and going through. And then I might go through Valkyria Chronicles, and then I might also go through. And then if I have time before the next game, like whatever that comes out that I want to play, comes out, I'm gonna, you know, play these 8 Lacrimosa of Donna, which I haven't played yet, and then I'll go probably into Monstrous Nox.
What did he take? Scrolls from the Forbidden Archive. He has the means to summon a lesser evil.
He what? Which bloody one? Where? Oh, we don't know, of course. Elias could cover the steppes in blood, but a lesser could wipe out the continent, or worse. Come. Elias's pet demon is inside. Pray it leads us to him.
It was protecting that fool, Genma.
This is Elias's work. But where is he? The answer lies in the stomach. This is delicate. A soft noble's hand. Elias would have to feed this thing with more than fancy boots.
That's someone's son.
Or daughter.
We should burn demons.
This is wrong.
This medallion bears the crest of the ruler of the royal house of Gulran.
Former ruler.
Obviously.
That's enough, old man. The dead deserve respect.
The dead deserve nothing when the living are in danger. Now Gulran has a new ruler, and we have Elias to thank for it.
The dead may be worthless to you, but that medallion could bring peace to those still mourning.
Fine. If we are to find Elias, then we must also travel to Gulran. Meet me there, and be swift about it.
Well, like I was saying, yeah, this is like the first...
Cannibals. Go to the cliffs. We'll find help there.
I'm sorry. You could read it anyways. But like I was saying, this is like the first downtime I've had in this entire year to play something, you know, play something that isn't new. Usually, I'm playing, you know, playing things that are for the most part this year I played things that have been new that came out. So this is the first time I've had it where you know, since January actually, to be honest, that I had some downtime to play something else that I've been hankering to play for a long time. So you know, I'm just kind of going through that kind of stuff right now, and it's only simply because I've never, honestly, and I'm gonna be completely honest here, I've never played into any of the Trails games. I know I need to get into them. I know I need to play them. But if I'm gonna play those games, I'm gonna play them from the beginning, because I know Trails into Reverie is the end game of that universe. So I'm like, yeah, I need to play the other ones first. And I've never played any of the other ones. There's like 10 games in the entire franchise, and they're pretty long games. So that's a feat in and of itself. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't played that game. And then of course, you know, Pikmin 4 comes out this month. Never been a Pikmin fan, so I'm not interested. I played the demo of Pikmin 4, and I was just like, nah, it's not for me. It's not my thing. So, you know, I'm not playing that. And then, you know, maybe possibly at the end of August, I might either play Immortals of Avium or Armored Core. We'll see. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I'm not really. I have no real big interest in either one of them. I know for a little while there, I was interested in Armored Core 4, but then I was just like, I started watching more stuff. I was like, yeah, it looks cool. It looks bad. It looks awesome. But I don't know if I'm gonna actually like that kind of stuff, because I never really was into like mech type of games. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna like that kind of game. But
I'm out of fury. I'm not ready yet.
I was like, why won't it let me? Oh, because I don't have the freaking. I was like, why won't it let me spin? Like, well, that's why, because I don't have the juice for it. But yeah, I think that's, you know, I think if right now is the perfect time to have a downtime. Especially if you're not into Pikmin, you know, you've either never played any of the Trails games, stuff like that. I mean, I could have probably stretched Final Fantasy 16 out a little bit more, but I was like, nah. To be honest, this is kind of like, no. Because it's not my favorite in the franchise. That's why I'm like that's why I was kind of like on it. You know, it's kind of like, oh, okay, we'll get through it. I'll get through it, and then even though I still gave it I gave it a good score. I just, you know, it's hard. It's hard for me because the story is such a big pivotal part of gaming for me that it's hard for me to be like, oh, I absolutely love that story, and I didn't up until the end, honestly. Like the beginning, I liked it. I was invested and I was interested, and then then it got into all these politics stuff, and I was just like, okay. I don't even, like, honestly, there was moments where I was just like, I don't even care what's going on right now. But still a good game. Besides all that, besides the story being kind of lackluster in a way, still a good game. Weird how that happens. But I'm liking being able to go back to kind of the old games and stuff and playing those. You know, of course, I already got, you know, pretty much the rest of the year kind of planned out in a way. I mean, we're definitely going to be playing, you know, Spider-Man 2. We're definitely going to be playing Star Ocean Second Story R. Because that'll be on PlayStation as well. Since it's not on, I think it's only on Switch, PlayStation, and PC. So, that'll be a fun one to go through. Because it's kind of it's a remake, kind of remaster slash remake of the second Star Ocean game, so that'll be a fun game. I mean, eventually I do want to play the Trails games. That would be fun. I don't know if we'll do those on stream though. I just don't know if anybody would actually like that, watching like a JRPG on stream.
Good of you to come. Pity you didn't bring an army or siege works.
Elias is here.
Gone to the palace, no doubt. Behind the high wall with the gates barred behind him. We can't get through.
You know who can.
Zelaya.
Sure. How many messages did I send? Huh? How long has Oyun been missing? Trapped in there with those butchers? She may be the only one left who knows of the tunnel.
If she's still alive. If this tunnel exists at all.
You don't trust me?
Of course not. You're a thief. Useful years ago, true. But it's clear you have some other reason to seek this Oyun.
Not your business.
If I were to look for Oyun, where would I start?
She has a house in the market square. We were supposed to meet there before, but I couldn't get close.
Tried to come back alive. Not convinced this Oyun is worth the risk, but perhaps you'll prove me wrong.
Yeah. Have a little faith for once, old man.
Yeah, have a little faith. Gosh. This guy. Let's see here. I mean, hopefully we'll get a verdict on the ABK stuff this week. We haven't had anything yet, so we'll see.
I'm low on fury.
I knew we were gonna get it last week because it was 4th of July week, and it was just like, and it's the government, and they're just gonna take their sweet ass time anyways. So it was just like they're not gonna rule right now. Because they like to take breaks. I guess it's kind of good because then they can make an actual logical decision. Really look over things and make the judge can make a logical decision. But honestly, I don't see it not going through. I could be wrong, of course, but I don't see that happening. And if it does happen, I'm just gonna say right now, I'm staying off of Twitter that day. Because there's gonna be a bunch of hooligans, a bunch of shenanigans, and a bunch of crap. I'm just gonna be like, Yeah, that day's gonna, when the verdict comes out, if it, either way it goes, it don't matter. There's gonna be shenanigans. That's the thing with that dang acquisition, is that there's just gonna be people who are gonna be acting a fool.
I'm out of fury.
Honestly, if it doesn't go through, I think it'll be worse, though. To be honest, I think it'll be worse if it doesn't go through. I think it'll be like, man, this is, and I don't think it'll come from the PlayStation. I don't think it'll come from the Xbox side. I think it'll come from the PlayStation side. More. If they don't, if the PlayStation side doesn't win, oh man, I know what's gonna happen already. I already know. They're gonna be hooting, hollering, and being like, oh, this freaking Xbox, man, F Xbox, you know, and being all upset and butthurt about what happened. Oh man. It's just gonna be insane. And then if it does go through, it's just gonna be shenanigans. Literal shenanigans. They're just gonna be like, we told you. Like they won something, you know, like like they won a prize or something like that. It's just like really? Like really? Like, you didn't win anything. Like, everything, it just stays the same. Like, that's all it'll be. Like, and the other thing, if it does go through, Xbox owns it at that point. What are you gonna do? You know, like, what are you gonna do? Do a petition that'll never work anyway? So, you know, like, it's just ridiculous.
I'm low on fury.
Listen, I play on PlayStation, but I really don't consider myself part of the PlayStation community. Because most of those dudes I don't even associate with. Talk to them or nothing. Some of them I do, you know, some of them I do. Some of them I actually watch and stuff, but that's only because they, you know, have a... because they actually play games, for the most part. But there's a lot of PlayStation dudes that I've seen that I don't know if they play games, man. Sometimes the way they talk, I'm all like, I don't know, man, D. You know, like, I'm not trying to gatekeep or anything, but you know, if you're gonna talk about something, you should probably, you know, be able to back it up with information, you know. And sometimes some of those guys don't. You know, I'm just like, I don't say anything, of course, you know, because I don't like conflict. I'm not very much of a conflict type of person. I don't like to. Plus, I don't like to rain on people's parade. I'm not like that. But yeah, there's times where I'm like, I don't know, man. Some of those guys looking a little spooky out there.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, that's something. I don't know if it'll come in handy during boss battles, but it'll come in handy during, like, you know, I think I can just get rid of some of these lower, like, common stuff. Just pick up this stuff. Because the salvaging for those is better than the normal stuff. Oh no 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 no! Oh shoot! Actually, first we're gonna go back to Kid Bardu. That was, yeah. I'm just, man. That's gonna be an interesting time when that verdict comes through. Oof. It could go either way, to be honest. I personally don't care where it goes.
One of my better pieces. Fight hard, eh?
Let's see, what do I have?
The devil's pay.
Those boots look pretty good. I think everything else is salvageable. Just junk it.
That got
I mean, yeah, there's certain things I can't junk, but
plenty worth keeping.
there we go. Junking all of our stuff. But yeah, this is wild, man. That's why, you know, a lot of times I just stay off of Twitter, man. I can't do it sometimes. And it's mostly because there's just too much. There's too much wackiness. Too much. It's too much of the back and forth. And I'm just like, it's video games, man. It's not that serious. It's just about having fun. That's it. You know?
No, don't let them get me!
Have you seen someone named Oyun?
I don't know. The cannibals are rounding everyone up, killing, feasting. But a few, they drag away. The prisons, I heard. Why would these monsters keep anyone alive?
The prisons. Maybe there is a chance Oyun lives.
Let's see. Yeah, I think we need to go back down here. Up this way. Jeez, get me out of here.
I'm not ready yet.
And then there was a very interesting little thing that happened. I think it was Friday. It might have been Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure. Of last week sometime. That came out that you can literally have sexual relations with a bear in Baldur's Gate 3. Now, granted, the character is a druid, so that, you know, it's not like, you know, in that context, it kind of almost makes sense because the druids can shapeshift. It's not like you're having those type of relations with an actual bear in the game. But I just thought it was funny that people were just running with it now. They were really running with that. I was just like, okay. I mean, it's Baldur's Gate. There's always weird things that happen in that game, in that series, so it doesn't shock me at all. Shoot. Get away. That comes in handy. Two dodges now. Probably from the boots that I put on.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna play Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know. I don't know if I'm wanting to play another top-down type of game like I know it's different from Diablo, but it's still in that same type of camera angle. I just don't know if I want to play that again. Especially since I might actually also play Sea of Stars, which is also another top-down type of game. I just don't know if there's going to be room for 3 of them this year, you know. But we'll see. I mean, you never know. I always say, I'm not going to play this game, and then I eventually end up playing it. Some way, somehow. Except for Forspoken. I've yet to dive into that. I mean, it was on sale. But I'm still waiting until it's like $20. That game has enough problems that I'm like, yeah, I'll just wait till it's until it's really cheap. Until it's so cheap that nobody wants it anymore, kind of thing. I just don't know. I don't know if Baldur's Gate 3 will be in the cards. Especially since it's coming out in September. I think there's something that comes out that month that I really want to play. And I want to stream it. So the Baldur's Gate 3 might not even get... well, I know that... Cyberpunk comes out, the DLC. Probably gonna play that on stream. But then also, I know I really have no interest in Starfield, but I'll probably check it out. I'll probably check it out. That's one of those I'll probably just check it out, see if I actually like it. You know, I have no interest in it though. That's the thing with me, like, even if I don't have an interest in a game, I still, you know, even, you know, I'll still be like, if it's on sale, or if I can get it, like, cheap, like, through Game Pass or whatever, I'll still check it out, you know? I'm not much of a Fallout fan. Plus, being in, you know, kind of the podcasting realm and stuff like that, you almost kind of want to try out things because, you know, just so that you can kind of speak on it when it comes up in a podcast or whatever.
I can't eat anymore, but they won't stop feeding us. Fruit and honey, bread and wine. Ah, I tried to resist, but they force it down my throat. Everything hurts.
Because I'm sure, you know, especially the podcast I'm on, I'm sure they're going to want to talk about it. So I may want to check it out, even though I'm not excited about it at all. I know, how can you not be excited for, like, one of the best games ever? Well, we don't know that yet. Hasn't come out yet, so. Won't know that until the day we get it in our hands and actually play it.
Are you here?
Who's there? You're not him. Who are you? The chopping. It stopped and I thought he was coming for me next.
Your friend Zolaya sent me.
She's still here?
You'll see her soon. We need to get through the market.
I know another way. It's safer. The old prison wing. It was sealed off years ago after an earthquake.
Yeah, and the only reason why I say, you know, hold on to judgment for the game until you actually play it or actually get into it,
Cannibals come from?
is because
Here. They were prisoners. A clan of bandits. Led by Tyrant Bro. I overheard them talking about a new age to come and the man who would bring it. Elias. I think he turned them into these monsters. Set them free.
because for one thing, this is a new IP from Bethesda.
That used to be the
Also,
entrance to the old prison wing. Then you break through.
It's a very ambitious game. Very ambitious. So, you know, I'm always kind of like hesitant to be like, this is gonna be the best game, you know.
I thought it would be safe this way.
We'll get through. Stay close.
And that's not me trying to, you know, make it seem like, you know, if that's how you feel, you know, that it's gonna be the best game, then by all means be like that, you know. It's just how I am, you know. I'm not too quick to be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the best game. It's like even Spider-Man 2. I don't know if Spider-Man 2 is gonna be a great game or not. It could suck. It could. It could absolutely suck. You know? Is it the likelihood that the game sucks? There's no real likelihood that the game will suck. But it's very well possible that it could. So I always hold judgment until I actually get stuff in my hands and play it. even though I'm excited for certain games or whatever. I still hold on to Judgment of it being a great game. I have faith that it will be, but I just don't know if it will Dang, increased health. It's gonna be interesting that day. September 6th is gonna be very interesting because that's the same day that Baldur's Gate comes out and Starfield comes out. That's gonna be an interesting day. I'm kind of wondering what like the PlayStation community is gonna think of Baldur's Gate 3. To be honest.
We made it. I can't stop my hands from shaking. Give me a moment. Yes. Where is she?
All right. See, I don't mind escort missions when they're just like keeping up with you. Unlike in Resident Evil 4.
Solaya! Oh, Yun! Oh, you've come back to me! You waited. Kept yourself in danger.
Oh, you stubborn cow. Of course I waited. Where would I go without you to tell me?
Anywhere away from here.
Yes, well, you're a lucky fool, I'll give you that.
Lorath here sent this one to find you. They need your help getting into the palace.
There's an old escape tunnel. The entrance is in the caverns nearby. Behind an alcove marked with the Overseer's cross. Twin sabers joined at the hilt. Press the left pommel to open the way.
Caverns. Could be worse.
Wanderer. Thank you. Take care of yourself.
Let's go! Hey-ya!
I think that was the merchant's horse. Best not tell him. You know, when we first met, I assumed this connection you have with Lilith would lead you to darkness, as it has Elias. But after the good you've done here, maybe I was wrong. We shall see.
Okay. Thanks, Lorath. You know, it was kind of nice last week. We didn't have any podcasts. I only streamed, the 2 days. It was kind of a nice week of kind of, just playing games and enjoying time and stuff like that with family during the 4th and stuff. It was a fun time. But then, you know, today, back to business as usual, you know. Trust me, I like it when we, you know, when I have the time to play games and stuff like that, but there's moments where I'm like, man, I want to get back to doing my work stuff. I'm just like that.
While you were in the city, I was thinking on Elias's plans. Which of the lesser evils he means to summon. What he did to Goran is a clue.
He is drowned in blood.
Meaning his goal is likely Duriel or Andariel.
What's the difference?
Duriel feeds off physical pain, Andariel revels in mental and emotional torment. Whichever one it is, if Elias succeeds, many more cities will share Goran's fate. Our only hope is he hasn't completed the summoning yet.
Alright, let's get into the pits.
Oyun said the tunnel is in a hidden alcove.
Nothing. Nothing over here. I'm messing with you spiraling, man. Yeah. These freaking those plague swarms are just easy. So easy to take out. I think the hardest things in this game are the bosses, really. And when enemies just gang up on you. Yeah, we should be able to finish this before I go on my 2-week vacation. Which is not next week, but the following week, so should be able to finish this up. Hopefully. Hopefully we'll get it done. I don't see why not. To be honest. Even if we have to go a little bit longer on some of the episodes, we'll go a little bit longer. Just so then we can start fresh when we come back.
There. Ahead. Could that be it?
Let's see.
Twin sabers. Just as Oyun described.
Yeah, when we when we get to Final Fantasy 16, it's gonna be an interesting stream. I'm kind of interested to see what people actually will think about it when they see it. Oh, okay, he's dropped through the wall.
Why do we stay here? Need more prey, more meat.
And you will have it once Elias has finished his grand work.
What work? You will see soon, bro. The seeds we have sown will bear fruit. Gulrun will be reborn, and so will... But work.
Elias, he is poised to summon Andariel into the world. Her power will lift us to new heights. And of course, you will have more meat.
I want to watch.
Certainly, great bro. You will be the guest of honor.
Interesting. You know, I've been watching a lot of Street Outlaws, because right now it's on HBO Max.
The Maiden of Anguish. That is the lesser evil he means to summon. Heavens help us.
And I've been really enjoying it. It's a really good. It's pretty good. You know, it's funny because there's a misconception that I hate cars. No, I don't hate cars. I love cars. I just don't like Forza Motorsport. Okay, I don't like driving around on a track. That's my whole thing. I like being able to, you know, take it to the open, you know, world and stuff. That's just my thing. I don't like driving on tracks and stuff. I do like the Forza Horizon games, though. Even though I didn't really play much of Horizon 5, I don't know why. I guess it felt too much like, it felt so much like 3 and 4 that I was just kind of like, on it, you know. Like, I understand that, like, it's the next one in the series. It's in a different location, you know. But it just felt like, you know, 3, which I loved 3. I thought 3 was amazing, to be honest. But I just don't want to play it again, you know. Like, and it felt like 3 because they even added the Hot Wheels to it. And I was just like, again? Really? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Hot Wheels is cool, but I like to see other things, you know? I would like to see some other, you know, things in it besides just, you know, Hot Wheels. I know they did a Lego one at one point. I know they did some other stuff at another point, but I don't know. I'm very picky when it comes to that type of genre. I don't like track racing. If anything, I would love it if they made a game where you drag raced. That would be awesome. I would love a game that they did if they did that. Like Forza did one that's like that, where you drag race. I know you can do it in some of the games. I don't know if you can do it in Motorsport or not, but I know that you can kind of do it in, I think, in Horizon. But you know, so it's not that I don't love cars, it's just that I don't like car racing games, you know, for the most part. I don't know, I've always been like that, where I'm like, I'm a firm believer of, like, if I can do it, I'd rather just do it, you know? Like, I don't know if I could actually race a car, but, like, you know, if I really wanted to, I could build a car and fucking, you know, I mean, freaking, sorry, excuse my language. I could totally make a car, you know, or get a car built or whatever, and race it if I really wanted to. I mean, yeah, granted, you know, will I be good at it? Probably not, you know, but I could do it, you know. It doesn't mean I can't do it. It just means that I have to have the will and the strength to do it, you know. I just don't like the whole, you know, going around and on a track kind of thing. Just that bothers me. It's never seemed like something that would be fun to do. But I respect the people who do love those games. I mean, that's why there's a lot of people who love Xbox, because of Forza. At least most of the people that I hang out with, the reason why they love Xbox is because Halo, Gears, Forza, you know, and then some of the other games that come out for the console. And Game Pass. But before Game Pass, it was mostly just they loved those games, like, a lot. They loved them a lot. So, and don't get me wrong, I love those games too. You know, like, I like, well, not so much Forza, but, you know, Gears, Halo. Even though I didn't really like Halo Infinite's multiplayer, I liked its campaign. The campaign was good, you know. I know they fixed the multiplayer though in Halo Infinite. I mean, it's gotten a lot better. I know that, but I don't know. I just haven't had a hankering to go in and play it. When I was younger, yeah, I loved those games. I loved playing them. I don't know. As I gotten older, I've just kind of grown out of it. I don't know. It's weird, I know, you know, it's weird to think, how do you grow out of a game like that? I don't know why, I just did. I've just really been into, you know, playing RPGs. Like, a lot. With a little bit of, like, action-adventure games, you know, put in there. Third-person type of games. Yeah, I've always preferred third-person over first-person. Because I like to see my character. I like to see what they're wearing and stuff, and what they're gonna do, the actions that they're gonna do. I think that's kind of why I've never really liked Bethesda games, in a way. I did like Skyrim, but the only reason why I liked Skyrim was because when it came out, it was so good, you know? But I hadn't played it since. I haven't played it since then. Since it came out. It's not like I played it every single, like, it's not like I play it all the time, you know? It's like I played it once and then I didn't play it again. If I'm gonna play a first-person shooter, I'd rather play something like Wolfenstein or Doom or, you know, sometimes COD. If COD's got a good game out, though. It's only if they got a good one. And lately...
An archive of the Forbidden.
They have it.
Handpicked by Elias himself. He must be planning to summon Andariel somewhere else. But he did his research here. Look around. There might be some clues that can tell us where the ritual will take place.
so we gotta find the book, I think.
The prophecy is unfolding before my eyes. I was right to act on it. When the prime evils come, they will find no easy prey. We will be ready. Our rebirth begins here, with Andariel chained to the heart of Gulran. She will feed on the suffering in this city of anguish, and we in turn will feed on her. Andariel's power will be ours to wield against the other Lords of Hell. If more must die to see it come to pass, so be it. I will not fail you, Mother.
Andariel, chained to the heart of Gulran. Her evil will not stay contained here. It will drown the land in suffering.
This is beyond madness.
Quite the opposite. Elias's mind is clear for once. When I knew him, he was searching for purpose. I couldn't give him one, and so he found it in Lilith. I didn't stop him. I let him become this.
Now is our chance to make it right, before things get even worse.
Yes, we have what we need. The summoning will take place at the Temple of the Primes in Mount Sibo. Now to find a way out. Knowing Elias, he would have had an escape route in case things didn't go his way. Behind the bookcase. I guess that's the one thing he learned from me.
Okay, Laura, you're taking your sweet time getting over there, aren't you? But I really did enjoy Gears when it first came out, and then I'm excited to see what they do with Gear 6.
Should have killed him when I had the chance. We must hurry.
It's going to be interesting, because the way that ending happened, the way it ended in 5 was very interesting, to say the least. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game. I wonder if they're going to stick to or make one of them just canon to the, how it ended. Because I know a lot of people either let Dell or spoiler alert, sorry. Spoiler alert if you haven't played the game. They either let Dell or JD die. I went with Dell. Not because I don't like the character, but just because I felt like it would be more impactful if JD lost a friend than the entire Gears family losing an entire character kid, So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with Gear 6. Is JD still alive? Was it just a figment of Kate's imagination? What was going on there? Or, yeah, it's gonna be interesting how they really pull that off and do it. But I know Coalition's not really working on Gear 6 right now. But they do definitely have to finish that story up eventually. Because Gear 6 was fun. Gear 6 was really good, story-wise. Multiplayer-wise, I didn't really like as much as 4.
Somewhere in this paradise, the Triune has reclaimed its ancient temple. Trouble is, we can't simply walk in. Elias was researching something about shrines to Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo.
Only the blessed can open the way.
Yes, but to be blessed by the prime evils. Damn risky.
If it is the key to getting inside the temple, I will take the risk.
Grail Shrine is
Speaking
close.
of gears,
Start there.
it's been a while since I've actually played, you know, those games. So I should probably go back and play them before 6 comes out. I think as soon as 6 is like probably, you know, either on its way or like within the year that it comes out, I'll probably play the other gears. All the way through, just so then I can refresh myself with the story and stuff. I know you can watch YouTube videos. Yeah, but I'd like to just play the games again. I don't know. I just I know I can watch the videos of it, but you know, if I have them all, I own them all. I might as well just play them. You know. Except for Judgment, I won't play Judgment again. No, absolutely not. I refuse.
Bale, Lord of Destruction. His influence has launched every war in history. Never once has he tired of conflict. Speak his true name. Tor Balos.
Tor Balos.
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
2 more shrines to go. Diablo and then Mephisto. Stay strong.
Okay, bring Lorath to Diablo's shrine. Even though it's not far away, I'll just still, you know, put a tracker there so then I know I'm going. Yeah, this is a fun game though. It's funny, I'm talking about other games while I'm playing a game. But, you know, it's what we do. You know, for gamers, this is what we do, you know? If you know, then you know. If you don't, then I don't know what to tell you.
Diablo. Lord of Terror. Every mortal fear, every nightmare, he is the root of it all. Always has been. Speak his true name. Al Diabolos.
Al Diabolos.
I think there's one more. I think it's Mephisto's shrine, yeah. I think this is the last one we have to go to. We got check chests, man. Oh wait, I don't have room for it. Well, just I don't know if I want to get rid of that. Well, which one's better? Yeah, we'll just get rid of this one. Pick that up. Yeah, at a certain point, it's not even worth picking up, like, you know, common stuff. Especially in this game, like, it's just not worth it. Just like, okay, you don't need to, you know. I mean, you can if you want to junk it. But for the most part, like, the common stuff eventually just starts looking insane. It's really like the rare stuff and legendary stuff that starts to look different. Everything else kind of looks similar. Because it goes common, uncommon, and then rare, and then legendary. And then I think I'm not sure if they have epic stuff in here yet. That might be going into a patch eventually, but we'll see with season 1. I don't know. Season 1 starts next week, I think. The 20th? I think it starts the 20th. I'm pretty sure it starts the 20th. So it'll be interesting to see what the season pass is going to be like. What the season pass is going to be like, but the battle pass is going to be like. Because Activision loves to make people pay more for stuff. And I'm always a sucker for it for some reason. I don't know why. Especially when it comes to Diablo. I'm totally a sucker for it. I'm also a sucker for, you know, being able to play it like early for some reason. I don't know why.
Mephisto, Lord of Hatred, Father of Lilith. You need to be careful. The blood is already a part of you.
I can handle it.
See? The power here is already agitating you.
I told you I can handle it. Tell me what to say, and then go search for the temple.
So be it. When you're ready, speak the name Dull Mephistos. But watch yourself.
Oh man, so
Mephistos.
Now we enter the portal.
We meet again. Mephisto. I know who you are now.
Yes, but that doesn't mean we can't help each other. That mortal Elias seeks to use the power of the Primes for his own ends. No one knows their place anymore, do they? His meddling has drawn echoes of the past to my refuge of hatred. But you and I can put things back in order. Once you've brought peace to this realm, I will be able to give you my blessing.
You know, never trust a demon. Just never trust a demon. Ever. You know, one of the shows that I really loved back in the day, which was the Supernatural show. I don't know if anybody ever watched it. Anybody who watches me. I actually really liked that show when it first came out. I think all the way up until like the 5th season. Like after the 5th season, I was like, they should have just ended it there. To be honest, like they should have just ended it there because Dean got his like perfect ending, and then you know. Sam and, you know, stuff is, you know, gone at that point. And then, like, they ruined it, man. They just ruined it. And then they went on for another, like, 10 seasons. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And then, like, every time I try to get past that 5th season, I can't do it. For some reason, I just cannot do it. And I want to. Like, that's the thing. I want to get past the 5th season. But then, like, I get all the way good. I'm like, I'm good. I got, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then, like, I start trying to watch 6, and I'm just like, ugh. Just disgusted with it. It's hard sometimes when you really like something and then you just...
Well done. You were born for this.
I didn't expect a prime evil would need a mortal's help.
Yes, I've had some bad luck in recent years. Trapped in those soulstone trinkets. Cast back to hell. My essence is reforming, and so my power has limits. We all have our ups and downs, don't we?
You deserve far worse.
All I have done is offer you help, and yet you repay me with hatred. Why not focus that anger on Lilith for the time being? Take my blessing. Destroy her. Save your world.
Hey, listen, Mephisto may sound like he has good intentions, but he doesn't. I speak to Lorath. Look, listen, Mother's Chosen, get out of here. You guys are ridiculous. But I hate that. I hate that when you know you're so into a show, and then all of a sudden, like, it just it gets dampened by like a season or two, you know. There's only one show really that I felt like didn't do that, and this is just my opinion, is Shameless. I really like that show. Like I binged watched that show. Like I was always meaning to watch it for a while, and all of a sudden I was just like, hey man, you know what? I kind of want to watch that show. It's on Netflix. I should watch it. And I was just like, you know what? We'll just start it. Just start it and see if you like it or not. And to be completely honest, I really loved that show. So good. Really good show. And it's hard for me to find a show that I'm like super into. Well, yeah, that's true. I was like thinking about it. I was like, is it hard? Yeah, there's several shows that I'm like, I have no interest. Another show that I felt like really was really good and really was good all the way up until the end too was The Expanse, which is getting a game towards the end of this month. It's a Telltale game, but you know, it's still a game. Okay, we need to get that provisions on here so that we're not having to do that.
I saw something at the shrine. A wolf.
Mephisto has been known to take such a form.
It's not the first time I've encountered him.
What? When you kept this from me?
We all keep secrets, don't we, Haradrim?
We don't have time for this now. Elias could be in the middle of his ritual already. Clear your head before we press on. The Temple of the Primes is just ahead.
There is a show I do need to check out though. It's called Silo. I really need to check that out. Probably gonna check that out soon, eventually here as well. I'm pretty much on every single streaming service. At least all the good ones, you know, all the good stuff. Because I just like watching. I like binge watching TV shows. because I don't get to really, like, a lot of times I don't get to watch them when they're, you know, when they first release. So like sometimes I'll just pop one on at night when I'm, you know, about to, you know, go to bed or whatever, and you know, watch it and be like, if I'm interested in it, then I'll continue to watch it. I tried watching The Foundation. I don't know about that show. I really did try. I tried for 2 episodes and I was just like, yeah, this is not for me. This is not my kind of show. But Ted Lasso, I really enjoyed that show. If you have Apple TV Plus, if you like ever get that for free or whatever, watch that show. It's pretty good, pretty funny. Jason Sudeikis is in it. It's pretty funny. It's hilarious. It's actually pretty. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious at times, because he's like the whole premise of it is he's a football coach, American football coach, right? Who goes to England to coach a football, you know, team, and he's terrible at it. And it's funny. And some of the shenanigans he gets into is just, it's funny. And there's times where it's serious too. And it's just a really good show. Because even if it's not funny at times, it's still that good that you're like, oh, this is still pretty good. It's like a drama comedy kind of show. He's a waller. He does walls, and then he has Frozen, and he's a vampire. So he's got like everything that I wish I had in real life. No. Ah, man.
My bags are full.
But I haven't really watched any movies lately, like anything new at least. I've watched some old stuff. I watched Avatar, Way of Water again. Because when I saw it in theaters, I don't know what it was, I just didn't like it as much. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't like this as much as I thought I was going to like it. And then I watched it again, and I was like, you know what, this is actually not that bad. It's actually pretty good. So I kind of give it its
I must wait.
Its flowers, you know. I don't know why I didn't like it the first time I watched it. You know, it could have just been the mood that I was in at the time when I watched it. It could be a multitude of factors. That's why a lot of times I try to watch the especially movies, I try to give those like a second chance. TV shows, a lot of times it has to grab me right from the beginning. If it doesn't grab me, it doesn't pull me in, and you know, gives me the story that I'm looking for at the time or whatever, I'm usually plugged out of it, you know. But movies, yeah, I'll give those a second chance. And it's funny because sometimes I'll give something a second chance, right? And I'm just like, why did I even like this movie? I don't even know why. There's times where I'm like, I don't even know why I like this movie. I just liked it when I first saw it, and now that I watch it again, I don't really like it. It's funny. Wonder if, you know, if any of you guys are like that. I'm pretty sure some of you are. It is kind of a funny thing when you just you just seem to like something, and then all of a sudden you just realize like it's not that good. Like I watched the Dragon. I think it was Dragon Age. I think it was Dragon. It was Dragon Age, or no? It was The Witcher. No, it was The Witcher. The Witcher Blood Origin show that they did. The mini series that they did. I liked it at first when I first watched it, right? And then I went back and watched it again because I was like, maybe there's just something that I saw that nobody else saw, right? I watched it again. And I was like, yeah, people were right about this one. Sometimes it just takes me a little bit to be like, yeah, they were right. This is very good. No. Like, I saw the trailer for the Twisted Metal show today, and I was just like, I don't know. The writing seems kind of... just doesn't seem very good. Not polished enough. I feel like they're trying to make it too much like a comedy. Which, you know, worked for the MCU, yes. But after a while, even the MCU became kind of like, okay, are we gonna get to some serious stuff? Are we gonna get to some, you know, some good, you know, storytelling here? Or are we just gonna make crack jokes the whole time? And eventually they did become, you know, more serious and more, you know, less too jokey or whatever. I mean, they still had their moments of, you know, jokes and stuff, but not as of late though. I will say the latest ones I really haven't enjoyed a majority of them, to be honest. I'll put that on. I'll drop this. I'll drop this. I'll drop anything that isn't like a blue or... Put that on. Oh, this chest piece is pretty good. Dang, okay. I think we're good. But I want to pick up that fur robe. Since we just got that, what is it? Pretty good stats. Let's put that on. Let's add it to our armor there. Life on kills or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it. We're getting to that 2-hour mark, so we might actually end it here pretty soon. I mean, we may have to, when Wednesday comes up, we may have to go in and do a little bit more. Go in before the stream and do some stuff, but other than that, I think we'll be okay. We'll have a pretty good time. This is okay. Yeah, because I think this is one of 3. We just finished the. Because this is like, I think chapter 3 is pretty pretty long. I don't remember it being over 3 or 4 hours long. Chapter 5, on the other hand, I think is like 6 hours to go through, somewhere around there. That's a pretty long chapter. So we're gonna have some time where we're gonna have to probably, play a little bit of it before the stream, just so then we get to the right spot that we were at. Let's see here. I think we're going that way. Yeah, we're gonna... Okay.
We're too late. The ritual is underway. I will deal with Elias myself. Stay to the shadows. Please, come with me.
Okay, since it's the 2-hour mark, we're gonna end it here. We're gonna save this boss battle for the next episode. Let me see. We'll do this, so then we're paused here. Thanks everyone for coming out and checking out the live stream. Definitely appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter at Dark Optimus, where I post all my gaming shenanigans and where I post all the times about what time I'm going to be streaming and when I'm going to be streaming. So, definitely follow me on there. That's where you get all my information stuff from. But I will see you guys back here on Wednesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for some more Diablo 4. Have a good night, everyone.